The first unit is Introduction to Hydrology. Introduction to Hydrology, that it includes the hydrology and its importance, its history that you have seen in the syllabus. First, this is the definition is given. What is hydrology? The first unit, now we are going to start. Introduction to Hydrology. So hydrology is the branch of science, which is one of the branch of science, as there are several branches of science are there, like physics, chemistry, hmm, biology, hmm, then other branches are there, like similar to that. This is one of the branch of science, hydrology. So every branch is related to, it has it is own importance. Hmm. So hydrology is related to it is related to water. Hmm. It deals with the depletion and replenishment of the water resources. Related to water and its sources of the water, water resources. Hmm. So hydrology, it can be defined as the science which deals with the depletion and replenishment of our water resources. So, so it is a science which deals with the depletion. Depletion means reduction or reducing of the water level. There is the decrease in the water level, or there may be replenishment or increase in water level. The various resources. How it is done? Uh, the depletion replenishment of this water resources. Suppose particular uh, water resources were taken, like re- a river or lake or pond or seas. There are different water resources. So there may be depletion and replenishment of these water resources. That will be based on uh, the water level in the uh, particular catchment area. So there may be uh, increase in water level or decrease in water level. So it will be based on the rainfall and runoff characteristics. How much the rainfall is done in a particular area. Based on that, uh, that is the runoff is calculated. How much the depth of rainfall is done in a particular area. Hmm? Rainfall measurement is done. So that analysis is done on a particular area for a particular water resources. So this is related to water and water resources. There are several water resources may be there. The resources may be on the surface or below the ground surface. So it deals with the surface as well as groundwaters below the ground surface. So the on the surface, that includes various resources like river, seas, lake, ponds. Hmm? These are the uh, surface resources. Then below the groundwater, it includes the water table below the ground surface. The study of this the water resources above the on the surface and below the uh, ground surface. The study of the of their occurrence, circulation, distribution, chemical and physical properties, reaction to environment and living beings. It is concerned how this how the circulation of water is there, distribution, its occurrence, and what are its physical properties that you should understand. So therefore, hydrology embraces the entire domain of the water. It is related to water, its history, quantitative use on the earth, how much the quantity of water which is collected after rainfall in a various season. So in a various season, there are three major seasons are there throughout the year: rainy season, winter season, summer season. In these three different seasons, the quantity of water available in the resources there may be vary. In the summer season, there will be due to high temperature, there may be less rainfall. Therefore, the quantity of water available in the resources will be less. Okay, and in a rainy season, when there is high rainfall is there, in that case, the quantity of water available will be more. So, depending upon the region or depending upon the type of season, type of region, this uh, availability of the water in a particular resources they may be vary. They may be change in the availability of the water in a particular resources. So that study uh, is known as hydrology. That is the science which deals with the depletion and replenishment of water resources. How these water resources are uh, they are increased or decreased. How they are uh, how depletion is done. How replenishment is done. Hmm? So this there will be depletion and replenishment of the water resources. So that may occur uh, throughout a year. So it may vary. तर एखाद्या भागामध्ये काही ठिकाणी पावसाचं प्रमाण जास्त असतो. काही ठिकाणी पावसाचं प्रमाण कमी असते. सपोज इन केस ऑफ इन सम रिजन लाईक राजस्थान त्या ठिकाणी पावसाचं वाळवंटी प्रदेश आहे त्या ठिकाणी पावसाचं प्रमाण कसं असतं कमी असतं. इन सम रिजन इन हिली एरियाज त्या ठिकाणी पाऊस कसं असतं जास्त असतं. So depending upon the region, this intensity of rainfall may be vary. Hmm? So that study of the depletion and replenishment of water resources, that science is known as hydrology. So there is a hydrological cycle is there. How this depletion and replenishment is done. There is a hydrologic cycle is there. This is a hydrologic cycle. How this depletion and replenishment is done. How rainfall occurs. See this image that it is given depletion and replenishment of the water resources. See this, there are different water resources are shown here in this image. See the lake इथे है, lake left side ला, ground water flow, infiltration, lake, river, river आहे लेकच्या साईडला राईट साईडला, रिव्हरच्या राईट साईडला काय सी. So how rainfall occurs? So depletion means the water which is reduced, decrease, evaporation. That is shown upward. Evaporation kashamuळे? When there is a high temperature in a summer season, the water will evaporate. Evaporation will be evaporation process will start from the surfaces of this lake, river, and sea water. Evaporation is done. That is depletion. पाणी काय होईल? Evaporation झाल्यामुळे depletion होईल. Reduction in the water level. Evaporation झाल्यानंतर transpiration इथे. Transpiration from the vegetation. Transpiration process. हे दोन वेगवेगळे processes आहेत. Water vapor that will accumulate in the clouds. Due to evaporation, that will go upward direction. And the clouds are formed. इथे दाखवले clouds. After formation of the clouds, precipitation will occur in the form of rain, snow, hail, etc. And downward म्हणजे हे काय replenishment. The depletion होते. Evaporation मुळे काय होईल? Depletion. पाण्याची लेवल काय होईल? कमी होईल. Reduction of the water level. आणि ते कुठं भरून निघेल? ज्यावेळेस ते पाणी ज्यावेळेस पाऊस पडेल त्यावेळेस प्रेसिपिटेशन काय म्हणतात प्रेसिपिटेशन रेनफॉल ते पाणी कमी झालेलं पाणी इकडे लेफ्ट साइडला काय होतं म्हणजे इथून इव्हॅपोरेशन झाल्यानंतर प्रेसिपिटेशन होतं प्रेसिपिटेशन झाल्यावर ते भरून निघतं पाणी परत ते इन्फिल्ट्रेशन होतं इथे डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन एरो दाखवलं पहा evaporation is upward then precipitation will occur replenishment of the water resources from the clouds rainfall will occur precipitation in the form of rain maybe in a rain in a various states that precipitation will form in rain snowfall will be there hail etc so after falling of the rain on the ground surface हे दाखवलं पहा स्नो बर्फ इथे पडलेले दाखवलं पहा स्नोफॉल आणि रेनफॉल झाल्यावर इनफिल्ड जमिनीचे पाणी काय होतंय मुरतंय when it is dry it will infiltrate into the ground okay infiltration त्याला काय म्हणतात infiltration and it will reach up to the ground water it will connect up to the ground water आणि जे पाणी त्या सरफेस ग्राउंड सरफेस वरून ते पाणी कुठं वाहत आहे होऊन जात आहे रन ऑफ ते दाखवत कुठं मिळते ते पाणी परत लेकला किंवा रिव्हर तलावामध्ये ते पाणी जमा होऊन जाते तलावामध्ये किंवा नद्यांमध्ये किंवा समुद्रामध्ये ते पाणी मिळून जाते रन ऑफ इन्फिल्ट्रेशन झाल्यानंतर सुद्धा ते पाणी कुठं फ्लो होते इट विल फ्लो टुवर्ड्स द लेक रिव्हर सीज ते पाणी परत ते रिप्लेनिशमेंट होते भरून निघते पाणी पाऊस झाल्यानंतर ज्यावेळेस पाऊस पडेल त्यावेळेस ते पाणी इन्फिल्ट्रेशन झाल्यानंतर ते ग्राउंड वॉटर टेबलला ते कनेक्ट झाले ते पाणी कुठं फ्लो होते टुवर्ड्स द लेक रिव्हर्स सीज इन दिस वे दिस सायकल विल कंटिन्यू हा प्रोसेस कसा आहे कंटिन्युअस आहे इथून इव्हॅपोरेशन होते परत evaporation transpiration upward परत इकडे काय होत आहे ते पाणी इकडे भरून निघते precipitation snowfall in the form of rainfall snowfall infiltration is done again these lakes rivers seas they are replenishment is done the water level may increase in this way this is called hydrologic cycle त्याला काय म्हणायचं hydrologic cycle हा प्रोसेस हा कंटिन्युअस प्रोसेस आहे so this is a natural process so this process is it is a natural process this cycle will continue hydrological cycle त्याला काय म्हणायचं hydrologic cycle So, therefore, the hydrology is a branch of science which deals with the depletion and replenishment of the water resources. समजला depletion and replenishment कसं होते ते These are the various terms related to this hydrologic cycle. वेगवेगळे terms आहेत evaporation, transpiration, precipitation, runoff, infiltration. This is the various terms related to hydrologic cycle. हायड्रोलॉजी में हे सगळे दिलेले आहे वेगवेगळे टर्म्स. समजलं का हायड्रोलॉजी म्हणजे काय? समजलं नसेल तर विचारा. Any problems in this? You can ask anytime, or you can ask in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself, then you can ask. Okay. समजलं का definition hydrology? What is hydrology? Hydrology is a branch of science which deals with the depletion and replenishment of the water resources. So these are the surface resources. Diagram. These are surface resources on the ground surface. And below the ground surface, the water table which is available below the ground surface. This is groundwater. So what is the history and importance of the hydrology? The hydrology, which is comparatively a new science, as other sciences like physics, chemistry, biology, in other branches. So even in the prehistoric periods, it seems to have remained underdeveloped. In prehistoric periods, there is some it was underdeveloped in prehistoric periods. After further changes, after research, several research in this hydrology, it is fully developed. Now, in the present, in modern science, so this subject is fully developed as others branches of sciences like mathematics, astronomy. So these sciences which were fully developed in prehistoric period, this hydrology which was remained underdeveloped. So this science which was found its origin in the year 1930. In 1930, the study of this hydrology started. From that, in the year 1930, this hydrologic study is started. Then it is progressed. There are several studies, researches may be done after predicting the hydrological events like rainfall characteristics, runoff characteristics, groundwater accretion, groundwater levels. So there may be advancement is done, progression is done in this hydrology. So first, it is the origin of this hydrologic study, which was started in the year 1930. So therefore, this hydrology is very important for every civil engineer, so that we can design various irrigation structures. The various irrigation structures like dams, bandharas, other irrigation structures like or bridges, highway culverts, or flood control works, or any hydraulic structures. So that design analysis and design of these hydraulic structures, irrigation structures, that will be based on the study of this hydrology. The design, planning, construction of these irrigation structures or hydraulic structures, bridges, highway culverts, flood control works, or any water treatment plants. So that are that will be based on the hydrologic study, the data which is collected from the rainfall, hydrological data. From that hydrological data, you can design, plan, analyze, and construct a particular type of irrigation structure. Okay, so therefore, very important. It is very important to study this subject, hydrology. Therefore, every civil engineer that should know the basic knowledge of this hydrology subject or this this science. This is one of the branch of science, hydrology. It is related to water and its resources. So, civil engineer, you should know the how much the rainfall is done in a particular area, how much the depth of rainfall, runoff, quantity of flow of water, depth of water level in the reservoir, dams. ते डॅम मध्ये तुम्ही पाहिलं असेल सेंटीमीटर मध्ये ते रन ऑफ रेनफॉल मेजर करतात आज एवढी सेंटीमीटर रेनफॉल झालेली आहे किंवा ज्यावेळेस ते पाऊस पडते त्यावेळेस पावसाची जी प्रमाण आहे जी डेप्थ ऑफ रेनफॉल आहे ते पर्टिक्युलर इन्स्ट्रुमेंटने किंवा गेजेसने ते यूज करतात त्याला काय म्हणतात रेन गेजेस मेजरमेंट ऑफ रेनफॉल बाय रेन गेजेस several instruments are there to collect the rainfall data. Several methods are there for measuring the rainfall. Okay. So this is a very important subject from the point of designing, planning, construction of irrigation structures. सपोज एखादा ब्रिज तुम्हाला कसं करायचं आहे नदीमध्ये किंवा एखाद्या समुद्रामध्ये किंवा एखादा हायवे तुम्हाला हायवेज कंस्ट्रक्ट करायचा आहे हायवे आणि टू कंस्ट्रक्ट द कल्वर्ट्स or any hydraulic structures like dams, bandharas. So should you have to study this subject, hydrology. To know the basic knowledge of this hydrology before designing or planning of these structures. Okay. So there are several questions that will arise while designing a particular engineering project. So before going to plan or design a particular project or structure, some questions that will come into mind. In that first question is what maximum flow will be there? Maximum flow in the river after different years are expected at spillway or highway culvert in city drainage system. What is the maximum flow is there for designing a particular spillway or any highway culvert in a city drainage system. So you have to design a particular dam or bridge. You have to study the maximum flow of water, its velocity of flow, quantity of flow. That you should understand. Second one, what minimum reservoir capacity will be sufficient to assure adequate water for irrigation and municipal water supply during droughts? म्हणजे एखाद्या सपोज एका ज्यावेळेस दुष्काळ असेल किंवा समर सीझन मध्ये म्हणा किंवा उन्हाळ्यात ज्यावेळेस दुष्काळी परिस्थिती उद्भवते त्यावेळेस किती पाणी एखाद्या सिटीला किंवा टाउन किंवा विलेज असेल किती पाणी सप्लाय करायचं. So what is the minimum reservoir capacity will be sufficient to assure the adequate water for irrigation and municipal water supply. किती पाणी सोडायचं किंवा किती पाणी लागेल किंवा एका पिकांना किती पाणी लागेल depending upon the situation, quantity of water available in the reservoir. रिझर्व्हायर कॅपॅसिटी किती आहे. सपोज रेनी सीझन मध्ये ज्यावेळेस पावसाचं प्रमाण जास्त असते त्यावेळेस पाण्याचं जी पातळी असते जास्त असते. That will overflow in the dams. Some dams may overflow. The water level may increase. So the water will be available in plenty. More water will be available. So in summer season, in that case, the water availability will be less. So that the water which is more in the rainy season, that extra water that is stored, and that stored water that is used in the summer season in droughts, that water is supplied in a summer season in case of droughts. So that study is done, how much the minimum reservoir capacity will be assured, so that in case of droughts how much the quantity of water to be supplied for irrigation. पिकांना पाणी सोडण्यासाठी वेगवेगळ्या पिकांना वेगवेगळ्या वेळेला वेगवेगळ्या प्रमाणात पाणी लागते. जसं ऊस असेल, गहू, ज्वारी, मका, तर प्रत्येक पिकाला पाण्याचं प्रमाण हे वेगवेगळं असतं आणि त्याचं सीझन, sowing period, its growing period is different. प्रत्येकाचं ड्युरेशन वेगवेगळं असतं. टाइम पिरियड, quantity of water required for each crop and time required for growth of the crops is different in different seasons. यामध्ये मेन in the crops are taken in various seasons like kharif season, rabi season. The different types of crops are taken. So there are different types of rabi crops are there, kharif crops are there. According to season, these crops are taken. So according to the requirement of the supply of water to the crops, that water is supplied to the crops, and that water is supplied to the particular city. Water supply is done to a particular city for drinking water is supplied to particular city or town, village. That is understand that can be known from the reservoir capacity, minimum reservoir capacity. रिझर्वायरची कॅपॅसिटी किती आहे त्यावरून ते तुम्हाला किती पाणी त्या पिकांना सोडायचं किंवा किती पाणी एखाद्या शहराला पाणी ते डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करायचं आहे त्या रिझर्व्ह कॅपॅसिटीवरनं कळेल. ओके. थर्ड क्वेश्चन is how much the quantity of water will become available at reservoir site. किती प्रमाणात पाणी त्या रिझर्व्हायर साईड एखाद्या बंधाऱ्यामध्ये म्हणा किती पाणी ते साठलेलं आहे किंवा एखाद्या धरणामध्ये डॅम मध्ये किती पाण्याची लेवल आहे. how much the quantity of water which is stored, so that water will be supplied to the irrigation, agriculture fields, or that water may be supplied to a particular city from the water treatment plants. So that water will be available for the crops and for the people which are living in the particular city or town. So there should not be any deficiency of water in the summer season. The quantity of water available in a reservoir site. Then fourth one is, what effects will be there on river water levels after the construction of proposed reservoirs, levees, or any other controlling structures. So what are the effects will be there on river water levels after construction? Suppose you are constructing a particular dam. It may be any type, gravity dam or arch dam, buttress dam. There are different types of dams are there that you are going to study. That is covered in the second part in next semester, type of dams and reservoirs. So after construction of the particular dam structure or reservoir, what its effects, whether that will after construction, whether it fulfill all the criteria. How should locate that dam site or reservoir site? What are the different factors which are affecting the location of the dam structures? So after construction of that dam structure, how much the water is available? How much the water will be stored in a catchment area or reservoir, so that that water may be supplied to the crops, or that water may be supplied to a particular city or town for water distribution. So this is the fourth factor. So based on that, the suitable type of dam, suitable location of the dam site is selected based on the requirement of the water, availability of the water. So these are the four major questions that will arise before construction, before planning, while planning, analyzing design and construction of a particular hydraulic structure or irrigation structure. So therefore, hydrologists, specialist hydrologists are rarely employed for this for answering these questions. So the civil engineer will be responsible for planning, design, and construction of the hydraulic structure. So before construction of the hydraulic structure, so this the answers to these questions that should be given, so that after that a particular hydraulic structure may be constructed, that may be planned, designed, and constructed after fulfilling this after fulfilling all these criteria or these questions. Then only that hydraulic structure, particular hydraulic structure, is planned or designed, or it may be constructed on a particular location or site. Therefore, for construction of this hydraulic structure, thorough knowledge of this hydrology is necessary. त्यासाठी hydrologic study आवश्यक आहे. So in that hydrology, that includes the several factors related to rainfall characteristics, runoff characteristics, quantity of flow. Therefore, it is necessary to design efficiently and economically the hydraulic structure. For smooth functioning of this hydraulic structure, it is necessary to understand these all factors before designing any hydraulic structure. समजलं का इथपर्यंत? Why it is important? समजलं नसेल तर विचारा. समजलं का?
Yes, sir.
Any difficulty in this? Mane, भागवत, गोसावी, जाधव, समजलं का सगळ्यांना? कारंडे, मकंदार,
Yes, sir.
माळी, किमाट, कांबळे, कोल्हे, समजलं का? तळेकर, जोशी, रोकडे, पवार, समजलं नसेल तर विचारा. You can ask anytime, or you can unmute yourself, or you can ask in the chat box. So, have you understood this? Why it is important for civil engineer? Why it is necessary for the civil engineer to understand this subject, hydrology? It's a separate subject, it's a separate science. हे hydrology civil engineer में include केले hydrology and water resources engineering. That is covered in this subject.